The world saw its ups and downs in 2019, but no one can deny the fact that this has been a year of awakenings. From growing awareness over climate change to the pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong, take a look at the top 5 significant global events of the year 2019 that's gone by.
The month of August was a real awakening for the world on the issue of climate emergency as the rainforests of Amazon were engulfed in the worst fire ever. Man-made and disastrous, 2019 saw a 3-time rise in the individual fires, 39,901. While some were caused by naturally occurring events, most had been started by farmers and loggers clearing land for crops or grazing, leading to massive protests by inhabitants of the forests and environmentalists. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro also came under fire for not containing the huge problem that could amount to an environmental disaster. But a defiant Bolsonaro defended himself by reigniting the debate on how does one protect an ecosystem that has value to the world but falls within the borders of a country. In a huge diplomatic win for India, Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar was designated as a global terrorist by the United Nations under 1267 UN Sanctions Committee on May 1st, 2019. Big, small, all joined together. Masood Azhar designated as a terrorist in the United Nations sanctions list. Grateful to all for their support, India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Syed Akbaruddin, had tweeted, "Sustained efforts for the past decade yielded no result, with 4 attempts blocked by China at the UNSC. All the attempts were vetoed by China, citing lack of evidence." But in 2019, after placing hold on the move by US, UK and France, Beijing finally came around. Sanctioning of Masood Azhar strengthened India's case and proved that Pakistan harbors terrorists.
President Donald J. Trump for abusing his powers. Clerk will call the roll.
At number 3, we have President Trump's impeachment by the US House of Representatives. If historic is a term used often by the US president, he certainly has done many a thing in his tenure to create such moments. The biggest one in 2019 was getting impeached. Donald Trump is only the 3rd US president in history to be impeached by the House of Representatives. He will join Andrew Johnson in 1868 and Bill Clinton in 1998 as the only other presidents to be sanctioned in this way since American independence. While the Democrats have the strength in the House of Representatives, they lack the numbers at the Senate, which is the next step of action. The Senate trial is likely to be carried out in February, where the decision of removing the president from office could take place.
What you've seen in this room over the past 2 weeks is a show trial.
The quiet, peaceful, celebratory Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka was jolted by the worst attack by the Islamic State since the history of its inception. Over 300 people were killed and around 500 people were injured, including at least 45 foreign nationals. The morning of April 21 in 2019 was a rude shock to the world of the real threat of terrorism and the growing influence of the ISIS in this part of the world. The coordinated bombings marked some of the worst violence the country had seen since the end of its civil war a decade ago. The modus operandi of this young educated lot was a revelation in itself, where the world woke up to the seriousness of indoctrination having far-reaching impact on global security. Finally, at number 1, it is the ongoing Hong Kong protests. In June of 2019, the small port city of Hong Kong challenged the authority of China over its territory. What started with an extradition bill that China tried to introduce had become the fulcrum for the demand for complete democracy. The agreement between China and Britain during the handover of Hong Kong to Beijing was clear that the autonomous status of the city would remain intact for the next 50 years, which means till 2047. But this new bill would have undermined that autonomous status and allowed dissenters to be extradited to China. While the bill is dead, the protests in the streets of Hong Kong continue. Now the demand has moved towards universal suffrage, towards elections, towards full democracy. Bureau Report, India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.